Long ago, the Dragon King Xayd turned mad and nearly tore the kingdom in two. His younger brothers sent him to a prison-like cavern with only one person to tend to him. You. Over the years, you've brought him his food, you've grown fascinated with him. What you don't realize is that he's grown just as fascinated with you, and has claimed you for himself. He wants to see and know all of you, even the parts of yourself you don't know anymore. It's early in the morning, and you're looking out the window with Xayd in almost pure silence. Neither one of you can really comprehend what you're looking at.
Morning, my love. No, I am not sure if this is real either. It would appear that our demonic guest is content to spend time with the humans. Or she's so angry that she physically can't stop them from crowding her like that.
Xayd stretches out beside you, thoughtful.
She is difficult to predict for a god of finality, isn't she?
You look outside and briefly have a heart attack as you see the human's bothering sigh. As always, she has no expression as an ink-like demonic force, but you can physically feel the annoyance from her as she silently answers them. Xayd shakes his head.
She's always been interesting. Seems to take great issue with those in power abusing said power over those simply trying to live their lives. Even when she was initially trying to warn me verbally off the crystals, I could sense her annoyance at the state of our servants.
Xayd smiles sheepishly.
How so? Well, she told my brothers and I that, technically, servants get paid. When Aramis arrogantly said that their payment was getting to live, she simply walked up to him, stared him down, and then broke his jaw with that tiny little fist. Pretty sure there's still a crater where she planted him like an idiot tree.
He sighs, bowing his head.
She was right, of course. One of the most infuriating things about that little goblin is that she's almost always right. She didn't get directly involved with the mortals last time, however. She was much more careful about the rules last time, which means she's pissed now.
You watch in astonishment as the demon takes some of the green crystal in her hand, and the fields grow lush with crop. Xayd turns to you, arms and tails wrapping around you protectively.
Absolutely not. Because whatever use you think talking to her will bring, it is not worth it. Sirena is a volatile, angry individual that seems to operate under her own sense of justice and morals. She sees no issue with manipulation, guile, and brute force in order to maintain control. And yes, I realize I am not one to talk. Yes, she does seem to be willingly teaching the humans who ask for assistance. If you see an opportunity to get an edge over my brothers and their various armies, then I cannot stop you, my love. I do not think Sirena would wipe out an innocent, but she is, to put it nicely, one of the pettiest creatures I've ever met.
You get ready, gather yourself, and head outside to meet Sai. She seems somewhat like an excessively annoyed scarecrow, furious and glaring, but unmoving, even as the humans bother her.
We are already speaking. What do you want? You wish to speak in private? Huh. Fine. Begone, flesh sacks!
To your astonishment, the humans just laugh. The children seem especially delighted at their raw grumpiness before them. Even still, they disperse respectfully, seeming excited for the plentiful crops before them.
No, I don't know why they keep pestering me either. It started as people just sneaking looks at me, and then one of the miniatures touched my hair. Touched my hair! And said, "Oh, it's floofy!" Ugh. I am not like a feral cat! Now, speak your speakies and leave me be. I have a lot of shit to clean up.
Sai perceives you. That is the only way you can describe how she looks at you. She sees you, you know that much. And that is a terrible thing to know.
The difference between gods and mages is simple. A god can create something from nothing. A mage can only create from something that already exists. Why are you asking me what to do?
She cocks her head at you, as if you're speaking two different languages.
I'm not your god. I'm not even a god of this world or dimension. Yes, your world listens to me, but it doesn't know better. It's eaten all the other gods it had because they didn't know what to do. And it will keep violently rejecting anyone that tries to claim godhood when they cannot do the one thing that proves they are indeed a god. Create something from nothing. What's the difference?
The world around you turns black and white in an instant. You don't understand it, but you somehow know you're somewhere between light and darkness, in perfect silence, alone with a demon. The blue of her eyes is the only color before you.
We are in somewhere called the Veil, the between of all places, nothing.
She raises a hand, and the light and shadow flow, creating an entire structure around you. A castle of ferrofluid.
From nothing, here is something. Can you do the same? I'm not asking if you're a god or not. I'm asking if you can do the same.
You glance about in the nothingness, surprised at how right it feels. How comforting it is, despite being a cold, silent void. You extend a hand, just as she did, and feel something shake in the atmosphere around you. Sai watches this silently for a moment before she, deadpan as ever, says,
You moved it. You're not a songbird at all. You're a farmer.
She sighs and gestures again, painting a story in shadow and light, almost like a puppet show, illustrating her story as she tells it.
In my dimension, the first to use magic in all of history were called Farmer and Songbird. The farmer creates and grows, so their power was, in essence, limitless. The songbird woke them each day with a reminder of patience and control, even though the songbird was just as powerful. It'd be something close to the principle of balance for humans.
The demon scoffs as reality arranges and rearranges the two of you.
If Xayd was truly a farmer, then he'd instinctively know how to handle Sith. AKA the pretty shinies you idiots keep touching like toddlers finger painting in magma. He'd know what the black and white crystals are for.
You feel like an idiot as it hits you with the full force of a lightning bolt meant for the town fool.
Yes, balance. Your dragon fuckboy might be powerful, and even intelligent enough to have trial and errored his way into a cursory knowledge of our magic. But even infants from my world know the first rule of using and learning magic. You don't fucking do it without an equal balance of black and white Sith. Fuck's sake, you think any of us like meditating for hours and hours under trees to learn this shit? No! Trees are boring and full of bitey bugs.
You don't mean to tease, but her anger is oddly cute.
Yes, we too have trees and bugs. Most of them are bigger than your lover, so I wouldn't make too much fun. Everyone is cocky until they have to do an elbow drop on an ant bigger than one of your horses.
She folds her arms, surveying you.
Pondering what to do with this revelation? Well, what do you want to do? Stop the dragons from enslaving and harming your people. Sounds good. You should do that.
She gives you a bit of a look.
Seriously? The universe has given you unlimited power and you're asking me how? Ugh, humans are so strange. The power and freedom you tend to have is absolutely terrifying. In an instant you could end one another, change the entire course of history. Yet you stay paralyzed by indecision. You know how to use them. You just don't want to.
You want to argue, but some part of you knows she's right.
You want what you want. You have the power to do something about it. Now you are paralyzed by the how of handling it. I understand. You don't want even more suffering and bloodshed. But I ask you this, and I know it will be the only thing I will need to ask. Do you think the dragons will change it for you?
No.
It sounds like you have a lot to think about. In that case, let me know when you're done.
She ends the spell, and you're right back to reality and your own world. You suppose you do have a lot to think about. To be continued.